Big thing is Samson Dauda making a huge mistake doing the 2024 France Pro? And my breakdown of this is yes. I mean, he did this, he did the Arnold, Ohio, and then he went and did the UK. I think it was a couple weeks later. And he was a tad bit sharper, but he was not as full. And he still lost the Hadi Chupon. It really didn't do anything for him. It wasn't even a close show. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And I'm going to do the 2024 France Pro. Now, a little confusing with the marketing of this show because it's the Tsunami Championships. There's no France in the title, so a little bit confusing from the promoter's standpoint. But anyways, we're going to talk about the 2024 France Pro. Just doing the top 4 predictions for this one. We all know Samson Dauda is doing this show. Shockingly, it shocked the bodybuilding world yesterday when this was announced that he's doing this competition. He has since gone to the Bro Chat or whatever, Fuad's channel, and did an interview there and discussed the reasoning. So we're going to get into that later. We all know he's going to win this show. So we're going to leave him till last, and you're going to have to watch till the end in order to hear my breakdown of either is this a bad idea for Samson or is it a good idea for him to be doing this? You can kind of ponder on where I'm going to go with this one, but you may be surprised. You'll have to watch till the end of the predictions video. But let's go in to our 4th place prediction. And that is Mr. Mohamed Nassour, if I'm saying that correctly. Now, he looked good at the UK Pro. He came in the top 5. And so I think he's a solid 4th in this competition because we have Andrea Presti, we have Theo Leguer, and then we have obviously Samson Dauda. So I'm just doing the top 4 here. So in 4th place, you know, I'm putting him in 4th because he's up against, obviously, someone that's already beat him, Andrea Presti. We haven't seen Theo yet, so we're going to see. And I think Theo is already qualified for the Olympia, if I'm not mistaken. But guys, leave a comment below if that's not the case. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all these qualifications. But great physique. He's coached by Chris Aceto. So really good looking physique on this guy. Pretty solid top to bottom, brings the conditioning. There's a few more shots of him getting the most muscular. Looks really good. Shredded quads. The glutes are also shredded on him. He's actually got a really good physique. Just needs to bring up a little bit of the thickness in the quads, but he's got the conditioning down pat 100% there. So good, solid 4th place for Mohamed Nassour, trained or coached by Chris Aceto. Let's go into now this is where it gets funky, guys. Okay. Leave a comment below if you agree or disagree with this, because I was an advocate for this guy at the UK Pro show. And there's lots of controversy on that one. But I'm going to give you my reasoning as to why I have the other guy in 2nd place and this guy in 3rd. And that is, I want to get these predictions right. We're going to go with Andrea Presti. Okay. Now, I went to bat for Andrea against him beating Bruno Santos with the weird judging and the weird scoring that we saw where Bruno was 3rd in the prejudging and then ended up 1st moving up 7, or I guess moving down 7 points in order to beat Lewis Breed, who was also ahead of Bruno at prejudging. He was in second. And taking out Andrea Presti, who was in first at prejudging. We can speculate on what happened there, but anyways, the European judges are different, right? The different criteria that they adhere to, and it is what it is. That's in the past, but now, obviously, with Samson Dauda being in this competition, it doesn't look like Andrea Presti is going to qualify for the Olympia 2025. Because remember, this show is just qualifying for Olympia 2025. So he's going to have to keep grinding down, doing more shows, and maybe hopefully get a win. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. These lineups are deeper now, so it's not going to be easy for Andrea. But, man, this is a great package that he brought to the UK. And he should have already been qualified for the Olympia, but he was denied by the judges and by Bruno, I guess, because they preferred his physique. And over an hour and a half span, he went from prejudging to finals and beat Andrea Presti, who I thought brought a fantastic package to the stage with the conditioning. Yes, the quads from the front are a little lacking, but the rest of the physique was on par, was up to where it needed to be. He was ahead of him in the show prior at the Italy Pro. And some weird reason the judges are like, no, you're not taking this one. We're giving it to Bruno from Brazil. So that is my third place prediction. Now, that could be shocking to a lot of people, but I'm going to give you a reason why I think this man, Theo Laguerre, if I'm saying that last name properly, he is from France, so he does have that hometown advantage with the judging and with the people in the crowd. And, he looks good here, though. I don't think it's going to be because he's from France. I think it's going to be because he has a more complete, kind of like a Hunter Labrada-esque looking physique. And the conditioning looks to be there. He's got nice round muscle bellies, huge triceps. You can see the striations in the glutes there. This was, I think, a week ago. This was posted at 123 kilogram. So he looks like he's put on some size from his last competitions. And he's definitely bringing the conditioning. As you can see here, vascularity is in. So that's why I just think that the fact that it's a hometown crowd, he's from France. He's a French bodybuilder. He's been at the Olympia as well. I think and the quads are good on Theo compared to say Andrea. He's going to bring that conditioning. So I just think that, like, here we go. Here's a good shot of his quads. That he's going to have that complete package that, Andrea was kind of lacking in the front quads. That he will be able to hold them off. And as long as the conditioning is good enough, and it looks like it's going to be, this is 7 weeks out at 273 pounds. So this guy's not a small guy. He's packing some size. So with the size, shape, symmetry, and that more complete looking physique, in my opinion, because the quads are there, front to back, that, look at that side quad, right? That he has enough to hold off Andrea Presti and come in that second place position. Now, let's jump into the talk of the town, Mr. Samson Dauda. Now, we've all seen this update from him, his latest update. He's got on a loop. And obviously he's going to win this show. But the big thing is Samson Dauda making a huge mistake doing the 2024 France Pro? And my breakdown of this is, yes, he is. He shouldn't do this show. First off, why do I think it's a huge mistake? I think it's a huge mistake because as a big man trying to peak twice so close to a show, And a lot of people say, well, this is how he gets tighter. This works in his advantage. Yes and no. I mean, he did the Arnold, Ohio, and then he went and did the UK. I think it was a couple weeks later. And he was a tad bit sharper, but he was not as full. And he still lost the Hadi Chupon. It really didn't do anything for him. It wasn't even a close show on the scorecards between him and Hadi Chupon doing this strategy of competing back to back and getting tighter. And he gets tighter, he gets a little drier. He was a little drier in the UK, but it wasn't anything real different. I think he looked more flattened out. And I think he looked tremendous at the Arnold, Ohio. That package that he brought to the Arnold, Ohio against Hadi was close. It's a closer show, in my opinion. And so you got a big man doing the France Pro. He's going to be driving 6 hours to go do this show. And, it's a lot. It's a lot on him and his heart and his system to be doing this. Just to test the waters is what he's saying. To work things out with Marlena and the Merrick Health guy who's helping him. Just people say, oh, and he's just having fun. He said in an interview with Fouad that he's just having fun with this. He wants to compete and go to France. And I don't think you need to be laser focused on the Olympia. And you're going to France. You're going to try and tweak things and see how you do. Now, the other downside to this is that all eyes are going to be on Samson Dauda. And if he doesn't look as good as we're expecting him to look, that sets the momentum on a downward trajectory, because now he's like, oh, he didn't look as sharp as I thought he's going to look. He still needs he needs to burn some fat off still. It's not, the glutes aren't there yet. Because we're all expect this 2 weeks out. You got to be ready. Those glutes got to be in. Now, some of them come in later, last week, last few days, even for some people. So I think the expectation is going to be so high that when people see him, they're going to be let down. That could be the downside of doing this. The flip side of that is that he looks absolutely freaky and tremendous, that just propels him into the Mr. Olympia. And he just needs to tighten up a little bit. And it's a good look for him doing this. So leave a comment below. Do you think this is a good idea for Samson to be doing the France Pro 2 weeks before the Olympia? And he's got to fly to the States and acclimatize and all this flying and traveling close to the show. Is he going to hold water? Is he going to stress him out? Leave a comment below. Is this a good idea or a bad idea for Samson? Should he just be focusing on the Olympia? If I was in his camp, I would say, Samson, you look very good here. Samson has made improvements. I'm going to give him kudos where it's due. He does look improved here. Now, the midsection to me is a little bit concerning, as it's protruding in these most muscular poses. And he tends to lose control of it. And Tyler Manuel already told him, dude, you got to get that in check. That's the one assessment of his conditioning, and control your midsection. And he's not controlling the midsection. Maybe he brought the conditioning up, but the midsection seems to be out of control still. It's an eyesore. My eye goes right to that midsection every time he hits this shot. So I don't know. We're going to see, guys. I don't want to make this too long of a video. I'm torn as to this kind of shocking decision. And on the video with Fouad, an interview he did, he was just kind of casual about it. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. Have some fun. I know that's the fans out there. Now, it's great to see him compete and do more shows. This is going to be great for the bodybuilding industry. We get to see him 2 weeks out from a show competing. He's going to destroy. He's going to crush these guys on stage. He better look good next to them. He better not be man, Andrea's looking pretty good standing next to Samson. It better not be that. I mean, Andrea's glutes are peeled and Samson's aren't. Shit. Right? That's the downfall of doing this. But of course, he's going to win. It's not going to be close, but the expectations are going to be super high for Samson Dauda going into this show. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. There's 2 shows happening. The Legion Sports Festival is also happening, so I got to do a predictions video for that. This is weird having 2 shows, 2 big shows on the same damn day, but okay. You couldn't pick another weekend? Okay. So anyways, I will be doing the live stream for the France Pro. 100%. That's more, important in my sense. I got to see what Samson Dauda looks like on this France Pro stage. All right, guys, make sure to leave a comment. I want your opinion on this because I value your opinion. In Muscle Discord, it's about having a conversation about these topics, good or bad. Okay. Remember to hit that like button, hit that bell, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.